Nicole knows Gaby. You guys have worked together?
Yeah, we've worked together for a
So
while.
why don't you introduce her real quick, and then let's get right back into this, because I think people need to hear like the life of an influencer.
Yeah, this
go
is
ahead.
Gaby with Adventures with Gaby, and we met like a couple years ago, worked together a little bit, but I genuinely follow Gaby because I like to laugh.
Same.
I like to laugh and I like to learn, and Gaby is all the things, and we finally got to meet in person like last month, so yeah, we're excited. After 2 years, that's kind of how it is with online friends, Instagram friends.
Right.
Where's home base for you?
So our home base is Maryland.
Okay, so you're in Maryland. Okay, and so to the public, like jumping in now, what we were just talking about off camera was I was telling Nicole, I was like, these guys are like RV influencers. And she's like, no, she like has a real life and has an office job. And I was like, wait a minute. So I've been asking Nicole, maybe Gaby, you can answer this for me. Like, I consider you a very successful influencer. Do you consider yourself a successful influencer? Don't answer for
That
her.
just went deep real quick. That was not what we were originally.
But we're tying it in.
Okay, we're tying in. Okay.
Do you consider yourself a successful influencer?
I do not.
Okay, and then why? Because that's what Nicole said, but for different reasons. Why don't you consider yourself a successful influencer?
I don't think I've fully taken advantage of the opportunities that have been given to me in the past, because it was mostly, oh, it's just for fun. I'm having a good time.
Bye.
You're just so extra.
So Gaby went dark.
Gaby, we lost you. Come back to us.
Come back to us. So while she's doing this is the premise of this question, public. While we're waiting on Gaby to come back, the premise of this question is that she has 69,000 followers.
Yeah, she has a lot of followers. She's definitely like up there.
She's up there.
In number, if you look at it from number wise, like she's successful.
There she is.
But that means something different to everybody, right?
And so then, Nicole, why don't you share what you were telling me off camera about what makes...
Gaby, you're on, but it's pitch black.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. There she is. Oh, pulsing. Okay, back. We're back. So Nicole, while she's getting this sorted out, like you and I were talking about what makes a successful influencer, and you had a very pointed answer. What's that answer?
Most conversations have been around them wanting to leave their 9-to-5 job and be a full-time content creator and make enough money to supplement their full-time job. And that's something I believe Gaby has said, but I've heard other influencers say that too.
So Gaby, I don't know if you caught that and putting that together, but did you just catch what Nicole defined, like what other influencers consider a successful influencer?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Do you tend to agree with that? Is that how you measure it? Yeah.
No, I do not.
How would you define a successful influencer?
I think, no, I guess she is 75% right, because if I feel like if I was successful, I wouldn't be working the 9-to-5. But at the same time, I think of the future, and my husband thinks of the future of what happens with we're no longer relevant, right? Because every generation you're gonna have the new hotter couple or the family, and we want to keep our corporate. Well, it's not corporate. He's law enforcement.
Okay.
And I work for the government, but we want to have the retirement. So to me, it's still technically fun. So to me, it's never going to be like full successful until I retire and I make it, like a full-time kind of deal. But it's funny because other people that follow me are always like, wow, I can't believe you get so many stays for free. You're so awesome and this and that. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I take for granted all the opportunities that have been given to me. So if you dig deep emotionally, yes, I am successful.
Get deep.
But it's all mental. Like, I'm never going to be good enough because I'm not getting those deals. I mean, like, why is that family? Like, maybe I'm not good enough. But I think that's just a mental game that we all play within ourselves.
That we all play, for sure.
I think everyone plays this game because Like, I mean, you've gotten, what do you call these deals where you get stays and stuff? What is that
Like
deal?
gifted
Like
or
comp
trades
stays.
or
Trades,
yeah.
comp stays.
Yeah, comp stays, hosted stays, and you come and they take care of that. They might even give you like a golf cart per food per diem, stuff like that. They try to accommodate your stay.
So, like, okay, let's compare this to the 5, 6, 7 people watching, 5 people watching. You have 69,000 followers. I have 1,427, and we're in a fight and she's catching up. I would have assumed that by the time I had 69,000 followers, I'd be getting all the deals. Why, like, what would it, are you just not chasing the deals, or you just don't know how to break into them? Like, how does it work? How does that work between the two of you
I'll let Gabby answer that because she's on the
I don't
yeah.
I don't think I'm chasing the deals because I'm stuck between I want to keep it a fun page and just be me and my lifestyle
oh,
compared to if it's a full-time travel page. That's where I'm hitting the wall where it's
Mhm.
like, who am I? What am I? What am I doing here? Do I
mm,
still want to show my fun side, or am I going to focus just on traveling home, you know?
Yeah.
meaning like if you started really chasing deals, you might have to curate your content differently.
Correct.
And you
And
do.
I
Yeah.
already kind of have to do that because I'm a little like wild personality, and depending on what company I'm working with, you have to tone it down a little bit. But
Well, I mean, we just were doing a super micro local GNC,
Mhm.
and we were looking at another potential female influencer, and we did have this conversation that at least their top 9 were their grid for their top 9. At least those needed to be brushed up because they were a little too
Risque.
risque. Thank you. And so you're right; it does have to be curated, and that's just a micro, tiny local deal. Your world is family friendly RV,
These are huge brands.
huge brands that
Yeah.
really have to protect.
And it's a lot of them are family friendly brands, so they don't want anything that could, be taken the wrong way and some way, They want you to have your personality, but they still want you to like lean on the family friendly side of things, kind of like a PG
so I
13
yeah,
movie.
right. So I get that because I don't act crazy with the children
Right.
around, but I feel like with some they're like, okay, be yourself, but don't do this, and it's like, well, that's
Yeah.
not being myself.
Yeah.
But then I'm also very thankful for the companies who have worked with me that they just say, oh, no cursing and things like that, and I'm like, okay, that's
Limit.
fine, or no drinking, and it's like that's fine, but they don't care about what I do with my regular page as long as their posts don't have
Yeah.
it, they're happy with it,
Okay,
and
Right.
so it's like
those
within
are the
that
ones that
their own deliverable, they just don't want
yeah.
it.
Hmm.
Interesting. And
But
that's
I think that stops me from getting more though, because some companies might go through the page
Yeah.
and be like, okay, she's showing too much or she's
oh.
cursing, like we don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
How long have you been at it?
Um, I started this one, the RV travel, in 2020.
That means you were doing something before?
I had a weight loss page, and
Oh. So how
yeah, and I was at 16,000 on that one.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. So what have been the inflection points real quick? And we'll get to the profiles. You're going to help us look at some profiles here in a short bit. We're going to look at the Icelandic page and we're going to critique them.
Jellystone
And
too.
Jellystone, the one you just gave us. But before that, I'm totally curious. What were some of the inflection points when your numbers really started bopping? Was it just consistency, or was it like, no, I hit on 1 or 2 themes that really?
Well, they say that most of your viral reels are going to be nothing associated to what you do, right?
Yeah.
And most of my stuff has been with the humor.
Okay.
Funny. People love to
Yeah,
laugh.
they do.
And I think most of my viral ones have been comedic purposes.
Mm.
So,
Okay.
What was the big
or
one
a
that
little,
got you
or
from 30 to 60? Because that's what I remember one day I was like pissed off with you. I was like, why are we still at 30,000 followers? And then the next time I looked, it was up and you told me where were we? That place in Disney Island
Springs?
Springs in Disney.
Springs. Wow.
Wow, good memory, Nicole. That it was a certain like couple viral videos that went.
Yeah. it was one for camping, which is with drinking, right? Because I know that I'm not a full time RV traveler, but that's where we focus 70% of the time. I'm just trying to hop to hotels next. But so that one, it was a camping one that went viral. And then sometimes when I show my skin, just a little bit, some fellas, I don't know.
People
Hey,
get
I guess
crazy.
I
hey, when
got
I
something
show
going on.
skin, it bumps my numbers.
You see?
It does.
I told my husband, I'm like, can you be on my videos to take your shirt off or something? Because,
Skin does
He
it.
has been
he's like,
showing
I'm
up
not a piece
more
of
in
meat.
your videos. I feel like he's
Yeah,
kind of been,
he has been.
yeah,
That's funny.
Because I'm trying to share a lot of more couple stuff too. Like, take your spouse on dates. Like,
yeah,
family's important, but if your partner and you don't have a connection, like, your family's just gonna.
yeah,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we love
yeah.
to do
I'm
date nights a
enjoying
lot.
that stuff because her husband's really funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So I think it is really good. You get a
Yeah.
lot of these young people who they project what being an influencer's like, obviously. And I think a lot of them think if I only get to 10,000 followers or 20,000 followers, I'll never work another day in my life. And it's like, no,
It's
like
never enough. I don't think it's ever enough. You can get to 100,000, 200,000. There's always people bigger than you and doing more things. I don't know. I don't know. How do you feel, Gabby? I just feel like, okay, the next one's 100,000, right? You just keep counting up.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think depending on your platform
Yeah.
is where you're gonna make the most. And I feel like YouTube, based on research, is gonna be your continuous growth. Because people like those long videos, long form
Long form
videos,
videos.
right?
Yeah.
So
and TikTok is preferring
I'm
over a minute videos now in its algo.
yeah, and Facebook. It's funny because even though Instagram and Facebook are the same company, I've made more money via Facebook with my reels than Instagram.
The creator fund that they have there,
What remember like last year they were just paying out people for the
like
videos,
straight
and one of
cash,
my
yeah. And now they've gone to like
yeah
stars or
one of my
something.
videos went viral there, and there was so many comments, and I made a good amount of money
Wow.
last year, and then they stopped it, and now they're bringing it back.
They better
So
bring it back. I saw these stars and I was like, I was sharing stuff in my videos, my reels on Facebook hit that 500 mark, that 1,000 view mark, way quicker
yeah.
than on Instagram. And then I was like, okay, I'm waiting for that payout. And then, and then it was just like these little dinged of stars. I was like, what the hell is with these? Like, what do it's like a loyalty program at Starbucks. Like, what are we talking about?
I think I get like $20 a month right now with some of them, but it's
Okay,
it's
kid.
but you see people that I've talked to, they're like, no, we've made our money via Facebook,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
That's
Instagram.
interesting. That's interesting.
And now you have TikTok is there, but you have to put everything on all of them, and one of them is gonna catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's different people for different medias, and it's just like,
So,
which one do you want to
so
focus?
you
You can't.
share
You gotta
your
do them all.
the same video to all platforms, or do you curate
Yeah.
like which video goes to which platform?
So if it's the vertical, they all go on all of them: YouTube Shorts, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Mm,
Now I'm doing more of the YouTube long form
mm-hmm.
videos, and I have a different camera for that I'm trying to focus and do more vlogging,
Mm.
because I think that's where you get your sponsors and things like that. I feel.
You're
Yeah, it
probably
helps.
right. Yeah, I got 20,000 followers on TikTok. I have never seen a dime, and it's like what is going on? So it feels real good, but I have 5,000 followers on YouTube, and it's a dead audience right now because I started back in crypto like 20 years. I'm sorry, 2 or 3 years ago. It feels like 20 years ago,
Yeah.
and that's made a little bit of money, but it's far fewer people. I think it's just a more established ecosystem for that. Okay, you want to look at Jellystone? You ready?
Yeah. So what we do, Gabby, is we'll pull up a profile and we'll look at things that we think that they're doing right. I have a few things that I always like keep in mind, like are they using people in their images? Does their bio make sense? So we like to kind of put our opinion about it and not to cut them down, actually, just to see what they are doing right and then maybe some areas of improvement. So that's why I sent you. We usually do like tourism boards. So we've done Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Like
Costa
usually
Rica.
usually we're looking at like islands because we
Oh,
are
take me
feeling
there.
the warm weather.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like we've kind of done a lot of them. So we're looking at visit Iceland.
And Jellystone. Do you want to
Or
start with Jellystone first or Iceland?
let's start. What do you have up, Gabby? Oh, I
My
guess you can't
brain.
really pull. I guess you're on your phone.
Oh,
So
you're on your phone. Yeah,
that
yeah.
won't work. Okay.
Well, that's
Well,
why when you sent me the message, I'm like, you're like a teacher. We have a pop quiz. I'm like, oh my gosh! So I started reviewing the pictures so I could see like, okay, what did I like?
yeah. Well, you then let's just do Jellystone because you already have like a good idea. You mentioned, hey, I think they do things pretty well, and I know you've had some partnerships with Jellystone as well, right?
Oh,
Yeah, we have a good relationship going on.
Okay. Well, then you can't say anything bad.
yeah. Don't say anything bad.
I don't have anything bad.
Then we'll have our opinion, and it can be Camp Jellystone.
Yeah.
I haven't really paid much attention.
And our goal here, Gabby, really is for the followers or the viewers who watch us over time, is to give them a sense of like what makes for a good profile if someone's really getting serious about, their account or influence work or whatever that is. So, and I don't know, can you see it on the screen? Because I brought it up on the show. Does it appear on your screen at all?
It does.
Great. Okay. So, where are you going to start? What do you got? Nicole, start us off.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with the fact that they have 121,000 followers. So that's pretty decent for, a campground destination. And something I noticed right away is they like to make sure that the Yogi Bear is in most of their images, which
Okay.
I don't know if that's a coincidence or if that's strategic, but they keep them at the forefront of, it looks like, a lot of their just social media marketing. Do you think, Gabby, that is important and that most people go there because they really love Yogi the Bear?
That's a good question.
I can't see Gabby. Can we see her again?
Yeah. That's right.
I think yes, that's that's their mascot. So that's where they're definitely gonna share. And Camp Jellystones are really for families, right? That was the first time we ever went camping was at a Jellystone, and we just fell in love because they have the Yogi Bear, which is like, oh my God, Yogi. Now it might be the smaller kids nowadays might not know who Yogi is, but the parents do. So it's kind of like it's awesome for both, for littles and for olders, because you see Yogi and Boo Boo, and it's just fun to see them.
That's true. That's something like multi-generational. Like nowadays,
Right.
it feels like there's a lot of separation from what the kids are into to what like the parents know and like what the grandparents know. But Yogi Bear has been around for a long time. So most generations either watch the cartoons or are at least aware of him, the mascot. So I think
Right,
that's
and there's
probably
been a couple of movies that came out several
yeah,
years back that I think that's what my kids watched. So
right.
that's who how they knew Yogi Bear.
I
Okay.
didn't realize they had dusted it off with more recent media or movies or whatever it is. That makes
Yeah,
sense because I was
I mean
getting
it might have been 10 years ago, but
Yeah.
ah
Yeah. I feel like a
yeah.
movie's been a while, but
yeah,
it is a different experience. You go there and there's like kids activities all day long. They have like dance parties at night. I mean, it is so cool to see your kid enjoying themselves without having a screen in their face and just genuinely
yeah.
being entertained. And it kind of takes the sense of like, it takes a sense of duty off the parents too, where you can kind of relax more because they're going to just be genuinely having a good time at this campground, whether it's Gaga Ball or going and doing like.
What is Gaga Ball?
I knew he was gonna
Oh,
say
really? I forget the. Okay. It's a.
Gaga Ball.
You want to explain it, Gabby?
I don't want to get in trouble. You have to do my research. So they probably have a video in there. I should make one actually talking about that.
Yeah, you should.
It's like so kids get in an octagon. It kind of reminds me of dodgeball in a
Okay.
way, but you're not like hitting each other that hard. You're in this octagon, and you're trying to.
You
Actually, now
have
I'm
you
like,
do
wait.
you have to peg the other kid, but but you can only
Yeah.
do it underhanded, and
Oh,
if it hits their leg, they're out. But I mean, I
yeah.
remember one day my kids played for like 6 hours straight. Like I had to go over there.
But you can't hold it.
Yeah,
You can't hold it. You gotta keep
Got
hitting it like
okay.
volleyball.
You can't hold the ball and
Like
then
like
throw it.
ping.
It's like a constant,
Yeah.
like, okay, all right, yeah, I forgot about that part.
Dang.
Yeah, no, it's serious
So
business.
and when you're telling me this story about Gaga Ball,
Yeah.
this is unique to Yogi
No, it's
Jellystone?
not really. There's one at the Y.
No.
They're at campgrounds.
This is a real sport.
Yeah, on the it's like at playgrounds. It's not a sport.
It's
Yeah,
a
It's like a kid game.
recreational activity. Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
okay, so
Our kids love it, and they're 14, 13
Yeah.
now, and they'll still go down
and there's
there
little
and
kids
play.
in there too. It doesn't matter if you're 5 or you're 14. You just take it easier on the little kids. It's actually like a good practice for teens because they have to look out for them. But yeah,
That's
it's
fun.
fun. It's fun.
okay, so I would have one negative that I'm seeing right out of the gate on this account.
Yeah.
And it's a mild one. Their logo is way too busy for their profile.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to say, like, Gabby, to your knowledge, like, everyone refers to these campgrounds as Jellystone, not Yogi Bear's Jellystone Park, right?
Yeah, usually,
Yeah.
but I think that's gonna be marketing because their name is
It is yellow.
Camp Jellystone.
Yeah. It's just so busy that it's hard to read.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
on small screens, but that's just a very small thing. I'm blown away. I have never once heard of Jellystone, and there's
See,
75.
they're everywhere.
Well, it looks like across the United States, like every state.
Yeah,
Really?
I think they have one in Canada too,
Really?
like right up by New York.
Wow. Now, do you actually use the hashtag, like as an influencer, do you make sure that you use the hashtags they propose you use? Like, you have a good habit of doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because this says hashtag Jellystone. That's really good. So tell me about the grid, Nicole. How are you feeling about the
Well,
grid?
I'm a little confused because I know they work with a lot of influencers, and I'm not seeing as much influencer content. Oh, there's yours actually. Adventures with They did a collaborator post with you for Halloween. Okay, well, shut my mouth there. That is one. Okay, now I see. There's Boundless.
Are you under
Braun
Reels?
Yeah, these are reels. And so, okay, so like maybe like every 3 or 4, they have an influencer collaboration, which is great. But
Right.
I mean, their photography, just some of it is like the top grid. I feel like they could have some better stuff up there.
Well, it feels like they've gone almost too heavy with. I mean, I know that Yogi Bear is their mascot, but like, what this feels like, Gabby? Correct me if I'm wrong. You've been to the park. I don't know. You've been
Yeah.
to the park. I'm seeing Yogi Bear in enough of these photos that I am afraid to go because if I go, he's gonna be everywhere. Like,
He's not though.
okay. I mean, that's
So
go ahead.
me, I love seeing Yogi.
I know how to go
dressed up.
camping. This is not.
I
camping.
love seeing Yogi on the photos doing stuff.
Yeah, man. It looks like I want to play Gaga Ball, and it's like, there's freaking Yogi again. Get out of the way. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's not
No.
like following the kids around. He has appearance at times, okay?
Okay.
Right? For the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that's what you get. Like, if we just pull this grid up alone,
It's a lot of yoga.
Now, mind you, let me ask this though: when the kids see this grid, what do they think?
I don't know the kids are really looking at this grid.
No.
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 I don't think my kid if my kid had an Instagram, he would not care to go on here and be like, well, I have a teen, but so you're saying they're kind of trying to appeal.
I think I'd rather see Yogi doing something fun than a family that I don't know because I'd rather click on like Yogi doing something cute than
Yeah.
seeing like I don't know what that family's doing. It's like I'm very particular about. So look at him on the little roller coaster.
Yeah.
How adorable is
That is really cute.
See,
But Gabby,
that's
what you're
marketing
saying
for
is,
parents.
if you saw another family, you'd be like, "Who the heck is this family?" Like,
like let me see Yogi. I can't.
Gotcha.
I was, like,
all
expecting
right,
him.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so so the marketing's working then. Let's see here. And they're tagging a few people, but they don't tag a lot. I mean, they want people to tag them. Let's go back to their profile real quick. How would you rank their profile, Nicole?
I think it's pretty good out of all the ones we've seen. I think
Maybe they should get rid of the drip. I don't know.
because they have a water park.
Oh,
They have water parks.
You need to do a video about that, Gabby, because that's hilarious.
Can you tell he doesn't
I
have kids? Like, I feel like there's no other time that it has shined through that you do not have kids.
Then in this moment, right?
We have really thrown a wrench in your swagger, but like it's happened. It's happened.
That is hilarious. But I mean, from a marketing department with 75 locations, they have a dedicated marketing department. Someone has had to have raised the flag that, you know,
It's a water park sign emoji.
Oh my question.
So what is it supposed to be? Is something else?
Gabby, are you gonna make say things that are not safe for work? I mean, you're in the car, you're not at work. That's the emoji for excitement, we'll say.
Okay, well,
Oh, tell me that you use this for water park signs when you're texting your kids. Like,
I don't think I've ever texted them a water sign, but when I've done reels for like, here's a water park, I've used that.
Okay. So
But now
that's
I'm-
actually
But now I'm not going to.
Yeah.
it's good to know.
I think in the family sphere is probably safe.
It's probably completely.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I don't think kids know, and the parents that do know probably think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you just keep doing you, boo. That's just
Yeah.
how. That's too funny. Okay, and then what about the call to action? Is I mean, I guess it's kind of obvious what this park wants people to do, but what are some other links here? TikTok,
Okay.
Facebook, link in bio.
So click that.
Is this just booking? Tell me this is just a booking.
Yeah, find a location near you. Is
Okay, there we
probably
go.
where you go.
Okay, so a link tree and it's just duplicating their thing. That's not bad.
Yeah. So you've worked with them before, Gabby. You enjoy working with them?
Did we lose Gabby?
Yes. Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, so do you want to compare any of this to Iceland? Do we have time? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We're going to check out Iceland now. Let's go there.
Where is your next big travel destination, Gabby? Because I know you've been like, you go to Disney, but do you have anything for 2024 coming up that you're like, I've got to make it there, and it's not Disney?
Well, I already have several campgrounds booked.
Okay.
Like our first one is the end of March to Sun Outdoors Myrtle Beach, so we'll be down there. I really want to go back to Gatlinburg though.
Gatlinburg?
Tennessee.
Really?
Like, what about Gatlinburg?
It's so pretty over there.
Is it the Smoky Mountain area?
They got whiskey.
They do have whiskey.
I'm sure there's an emoji that
they
just
got-
looks like squirts for that. That's just like,
They got pie. I mean, we went in 2020 and I loved it. And I
Okay.
still want to go to Dollywood. Didn't go there.
Dollywood is pretty awesome. I
Pigeon-
didn't ride any of the rides, but I got to go to like the new part of the park, and it was so cool. And it was cool
Yeah.
because you can get you can kind of be part of both worlds. You see the original park, and it's like old mill, like you live on a prairie, and then you go to like this new and improved section. It's super cool.
Gina
Because
said,
our kids,
no, go
they're
ahead.
theme park fanatics. Sorry. So they love theme parks. So as long as there's something around the campgrounds where we go or hotels that has a theme,
Yeah.
they can ride. They're thrill riders. We're all for it.
You got to go to Pigeon Forge though. You need to reach out to the guys over there, the ladies over there, and see if you can't work something out because there's a Camp Margaritaville Lodge and a campground right there on the strip.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't. Go ahead, Gina.
Gina Bullock says Jellystone is where they lived in the cartoon. Definitely. Gina, for those of us who are old enough to remember, we did watch the cartoon, and we did know that is where they lived. I just didn't know there were 75 different Jellystones. Amber says,
You'd be surprised how many people don't know about Camp Jellystone. And I'm like, I love them, so I try to share as much as I can. I'm like, there's so many.
and I've done like 3, maybe 4 cross-country road trips, and I have never seen or registered. I'm sure I've seen it, but I have never registered my brain.
Yeah.
There's Jellystone. Leave it to Grant to make Yogi creepy. Okay, Amber. Amber, yes, she's right. And then I don't know Leah.
She's. I talked to her on Friday.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
Leah. She says, "Hey fam, didn't know this was happening. Popping in to say hi. Thanks for stopping by." And Leah, please make sure you follow. If you look up in the comments right there, Adventures with Gaby. She's the one showing us.
I think Leah follows you already.
Oh, does she? Okay.
Yeah. She knows.
Very cool.
I have to. Llama Adventure.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah. Leah's saying hi.
Oh, very cool.
I
We'll have to have her
am.
on next. She could tell us about eating vegan across the country. That'd be nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have a lot of time to actually look at Iceland at this point. But you were asking her next stop, Gatlinburg. Did you do Gatlinburg?
No, Pigeon Forge.
Oh, you did Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
And what time of year were you there, Gabby?
Last year or June.
It was
I mean,
beautiful in
2020
June?
was June. Yeah.
Really?
Why?
Because yeah.
Give it to him,
What's wrong
Gabby.
with you?
Give it to him. No, I mean, everyone thinks about Gatlinburg, Nashville, Pigeon Forge, that whole area for leaf peeping season, right? For
Yeah.
like fall and different leaves. And no.
It's like all year over there.
Really?
I guess
I
it
mean,
it
we
slows
live in-
down after the school, like right before summer or right after summer, but
Right before school. I mean, leaves. I live in Maryland. We have the Shenandoah. I've seen leaves fall before.
Yeah.
The color. I mean, I have oak trees. So no, I want to go in like margarita time. Okay. Where it's sunny.
gotcha.
Margarita
So
time.
pool time.
Boom. Anitra
Yes.
says, this is great. Thanks for hosting. Anitra's a friend. She's here in Lakeland now. She travels a lot. She does short takeoff and landing coaching, like these airplane communities. Very interesting. Like there's a whole culture around short takeoff and landing, stoa, something like that, stoles or something
Those
like
are for people who fly a lot?
yeah, like private aircraft, like short
Oh.
takeoff and landing instead of like long runways. They do these like,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's Anitra.
That is really cool.
well, very cool. Any other questions for Gabby before we kind of wrap up for our half hour?
So you said you are going to be doing more marriage content. Is there anything else kind of like, that you've been thinking about as far as like the way you're taking your content, or are you going anywhere this year that you are excited to share with your followers?
I think I'm going to do a lot more local stuff around our area. Before, my husband wasn't too sure he wanted us to share because he's very about security, right? He's very safety conscious.
No.
But I'm like, we have so many cool spots. I'm like, let's start sharing. So I want to share a lot of local foods. I want to do a lot more eating while traveling, like cool spots to visit.
Food is always great.
I'm just scared. Yeah, but that's not what my people love. My people just want to laugh and humor, and that's where I'm going to probably lose people.
You think?
Transitioning. Yeah, I could be funny and eat,
Yeah.
but
I mean, eating
I
just
think
itself is
they-
kind of funny if you think about it,
I'm just going to start making noises. So
Yeah.
I want to share a lot more of that and maybe some international travel stuff in there. And just show
Say
people
more.
that as long as you save up, you can plan your trip in a year and just go somewhere. You don't
And usually,
Never say never.
Usually,
Yeah.
once you get there, in most international travel places, except Iceland was the most expensive trip I've ever taken. But everywhere else, especially like Latin American, Latin Caribbean, that sort of thing, you just got to get there. And then once you get there, everything's fairly affordable. But you're going to have your kids, and so you're not going to be doing like backwater Latin America. You'll probably be doing some resort stays and.
She's bougie.
I'm bougie.
Yes.
So I'm
You
not
should
gonna-
see their RV. It's like how many feet long?
45.
Yes.
What?
Yeah,
So
it's incredible.
So the size of a ship.
Yeah.
So it's funny because people are like, "Oh, that's not camping." I never said I was doing.
Yeah, you
that,
said you got to go
okay?
camping. I'm like, what? This is camping? What?
Yeah, there's camping and there's camping. It's like
Yeah, well, if you have to put it in air quotes, it's not called camping. It's called.
Well, look up the word camping in a dictionary.
Yeah.
We are, recreational vehicles is still camping. Thank you.
Well, thanks so much, Gabby. We're going to say goodbye now. It's 12:30. We're at the top of the hour. We really appreciate your time. Everyone, make sure, if you don't already, I'm sure you do because she has 69,000 followers. Follow Adventures with Gabby, and we'll check back in with you in a short bit. So any parting words for the public as we wrap up today?
And I hope that if you aren't already following RV travel families, that you do, because it's like a whole nother lifestyle. It's funny, it's informational, and really great people.
It's like, and what I'm starting to learn from this relationship and from interviewing these people is that there's Instagram influencers who are like almost larger than life, right?
Yeah.
And they're doing crazy, crazy stuff. But with people like Gabby and some of the people that we've been meeting and talking to, they're more down to earth, but still doing super fun stuff. So it's like a bit more relatable, I guess is what I'm finding. So,
Yeah.
All right, everyone, thank you so much. This is HotSpark. Visit Hot Mod Influencer Agency, right? State of the Spark.
I was going in for number 2 for some reason.
A
this
double?
time.
A double?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Can't get our shit together.
Can't get our shit together today. Everyone, thanks so much. Please check out Gaby. Please check out HotMod and Stay the Spark. And check us next week for HotSpark. Have a great one.